The amount I've learned, even in the first 3 to 4 months, was more than I learned in the last year of working at the other company. Like, it was insane amount of like stuff I learned business-wise, but also personally about myself, and how much I've matured and grown and changed as a person over this past year has been insane. I've grown so much through this experience, and I really believe it has to do with the culture and the fact that, you know, no one is telling us like, hey, you need to do this, or these are your goals, or these are your expectations. Those things we create for ourselves. Like, I have my own goals for myself, my own expectations, what I want to achieve. So the onus is really on us to build that growth. I mean, it's not for everyone, but for me, that is like the ideal situation of being able to work, is having that autonomy and having the freedom to make my own decisions on what I want to do.
Se aprenden muchas cosas. Todos los días pasa algo diferente. Entonces, a tener paciencia con las personas, poder alcanzar tus objetivos cada día, corregir los errores del día anterior, llegar puntual, a ser tolerante con las diferentes culturas, porque somos muchos, somos hispanos, americanos, de color. Es una familia muy grande en un espacio y de esa manera no solamente trabajamos, sino que también convivimos durante 8 horas. Entonces se desarrollan como diferentes valores y principios en SnackMagic, en el que tú aprendes a tolerar, a comprender, a hacer tu trabajo, a hacerlo bien y a tener sentido de pertenencia por tu empresa, por SnackMagic.
I've really learned to adapt to everything and anything, you know, like it's really whatever life throws at you, you just got to take it head on and just put your head down and go to work. When we first started doing international for SnackMagic, it was just, hey, we have 1,000 orders in 30 countries. Can you just make it happen? My job has been ever changing. And that's also something that I really like about SnackMagic, is that you're never really stagnant in what you do, because your skill set can be applied to so many different aspects of the business. And the business is like constantly growing like amoeba. I mean, it's literally been everything, which is great because I think it's helped me build a lot of different skills.
Being able to adapt to a very fast-paced, growing company. So I would say adaptability. I feel I've been more comfortable with changes and, like, you know, things are always moving really fast.
In these 5 months of me working in SnackMagic, I've learned so much. First thing that I've learned, that I've had to learn, is dealing with so many different people, so many different personalities, more responsibilities than I've ever had in my life, honestly. But I like a challenge. I like doing what I do in SnackMagic.
I think confidence has been a big thing because of having to be comfortable with saying no, but then also still trying to like balance that with, I think, my affinity for wanting to be like nice to everyone.
Just being thrown in the trenches, I would handle all the calls on my own every single day. Through small successes, I did build a lot of confidence in myself. Most things are solvable, so if you really take a step back and think about things from a different perspective, you can learn, you know, how to actually solve most problems. Over time is leadership and learning how to, you know, motivate and keep everyone on track.
I've been learning how to deal with the stress, when being in a rush, work with the team to understand each other. So it's like multicultural place to work.
I like basically perfected my pitch. I was doing a demo for a customer, and it just felt like second nature. It felt like automatic when I was doing it. It just improved in terms of the manner of which I talk to people. And every word matters. Every like phrase you say has like an impact on how they understand what you're saying.
How to be tolerant, patient with other people. Everybody is from a different background, and we are learning as we go.
It's put me out of my comfort zone in a way, because I'm very structured and I'm very OCD, but then SnackMagic kind of just flips you over, and then you find out like, wow, I've got this whole set of skills that I didn't know I had. And that's actually where my strength is. You wake up in the morning with SnackMagic, you don't know what's gonna happen that day. You know, it's always exciting and different. It's just a different way of running things.
Finding solutions to operations, since a lot of the things that we are doing are new to us. We have no blueprint, since everything was started from ground up and we're just building the company as we go along. So that's the challenges that we face every day.
Shaunak is a very, very interesting guy, and I've definitely learned a lot from Shaunak. So I would say there are 3 things I learned that really helped me to grow as a professional, also as a person, right? The first thing I learned is the way he thinks about business. So he's a very much a first principle thinker. So whenever he encounters a problem, he thinks about it from the fundamentals, right? Like, what are the different building blocks of this thing, and then how can we solve each part of that building block? The way he approaches problem solving is super refreshing. That's one thing really admire about Shaunak. The second thing I like about Shaunak is how he doesn't really look at competitions at all, which is super odd, right? Like, as an entrepreneur, I used to always look at competition, what other companies are doing, but for him, only thinks about the business from the fundamentals, right? Like, what does the customer want? What is right for, for the business, and goes from there. He doesn't really like look at other companies and see what the features that are popular or what other people are doing. So I really find that to be super, super interesting. And the third thing I learned from Shaunak is just his perseverance. He's encountered many challenges in his life, all the way from when he started a company in college, how the company failed and he had to sleep in the car, and he was able to to persevere and literally run through walls to solve those issues and challenges. So I find that to be super inspiring, and I try to be like him and try to be more perseverant.
Handling things more elegantly, and then also being more creative with like my problem solving.
Ways that SnackMagic helped me grow is I'm a very quiet person. I feel like working here has made me come out of my shell a lot. It made me interact with a lot of different people on a daily basis, talk a lot more.
I love learning. Like, that's the reason I do the job I have, because I can learn so much, right? And I think like switching context sometimes like allows you to learn so much faster and think more clearly. So I think like if I'm thinking about an idea or a concept, I'll think about it for a few days, 2 or 3 days, and if I think I'm not getting the solution I want, I'll start thinking about something else. And then in that process, the solution for that first problem comes up when I'm not thinking about it. So I consciously do that. And I think that's the best part of my job, where I can learn about legal and HR and culture and anything I want to learn about. Any job after your SnackMagic job should be an easy job, is my goal for everybody. And that's going to come with them building this confidence in themselves, right? And of course, learning how to think, right? It's those two things. And if they know that they can think about anything and they're confident in their own ability, they can go conquer the world, whatever it is they do.
It's more about how the company evolves and changes so rapidly, and then new things come up, and those new things can be exciting and cool. So you want to be a part of them, and you want to see how they work and how it impacts the bottom line and all that great stuff. Seeing the evolution of the company versus having things on your plate and seeing where it can go, which is very exciting. For myself personally, I think the strategy we've taken with marketing in general is to hire agencies where they specialize in a specific thing. So we have a really great PR firm specializing in PR. We have a Facebook and Google advertising agency. We have a couple of these agencies that just specialize in specific things in marketing versus hiring a team in-house.
Being able to be more disciplined within myself and learning how to be able to take things a little slower and actually take more care of what I'm doing.
Before coming to SnackMagic, I was always sort of scared of any sort of sales type role. I like the idea of customer success. Feels like a little more account management. They've already bought into the product. They're already customers, and so don't need to sell them on the product. As I've been at SnackMagic and working so close with the sales team, with other departments, I realized, I can sell. If the product's good enough, it's easy enough to sell. And so I've been getting on some calls with existing customers and then some referrals to new customers, and I've been excited that I've sort of developed that skill of now I can be a salesperson if I need to be a salesperson, but really it sells itself.